welcome to this lesson on functions and graphs. We're gonna talk about gradient today, and gradients and stuff like why gradients. You know what is gradient? But before we get there, let's look at in real life. Actually, you walk up slopes, right? Okay, the different kind of slopes in the world, and there are varying degrees of slope, right? Some can be very hard to walk, some will be very easy to walk. So like on your paper you will see that you have three different kinds of slopes here, all going up from the left to right. Okay, so if you see there is an arrow here, it means it's going from the left to right, yeah? Okay, so this guy is walking up the slope from left to right. Okay, which one is steeper? Okay, which one is steeper? Okay, go and type it in. Okay, so if all the slopes are actually going upwards, right, it is actually very easy to tell which is steeper. The problem here is what happens if one of the slope is going upwards and one of the slope is going downwards. So for example, we have slope A here, this guy is going upwards, but on slope E, this one is going downwards. Which one is steeper? Like in terms of which one is harder to walk? Okay, which one is really harder to walk? So is it the going up one harder to walk or going down? If you think about it, if you are trekking a hill, okay, and going up the hill is tough, but actually going down the hill is also tough. Okay, it's quite hard to actually go down the hill. Is people usually spend more time going down a hill. Okay, yeah. So how are we gonna tell how steep the slope is, whether is it going up or going down? Okay, and in this case, we in mathematics we use this term called gradient. Okay, this word gradient will help us determine how steep this slope is. Okay, whether this gradient is going downwards or going upwards. Okay, it tells different stuff. So we're gonna use all these lines here. Now, how are we gonna use all these? Okay, we see on these graphs and all these lines, right? There are different lines, and some are steeper than the other. So B is steeper than C, is steeper than no, sorry, is B steeper than C, is A steeper than E. So I have B, C, D, and E. Okay, which is steeper? Okay, we're gonna look at gradient, the gradient of the line, such that we can actually find out, okay, which is steeper. So to measure the steepness of a linear graph, we calculate its gradient. Okay, we calculate its gradient. Now, when we calculate the gradient, we calculate by its by this formula over here. But not to worry about it. Okay, just remember gradient is equals to the vertical change over the horizontal change. It's a little bit hard to understand this yet, but you'll see what I mean after this. Okay, so let's look at this line here. Okay, this line A. Okay, now the first step to drawing your gradient is to choose any two points that lie on the line. Okay, so the first one, I'm going to choose this point over here. Okay, so this point has a coordinate of, write the coordinates down. So write the coordinates down, which is the second step, write the coordinates down. Okay, I'm going to write this is 5, 0, right? I'm going to choose the second point. Let's choose this point over here. So this point over here has a coordinate of negative 2 point. No. It's 0 and negative 2.5. Okay, so yeah, we have two coordinates now. Now what we're going to do is going to use your ruler. Okay, we're going to draw a straight line. Now we're going to create a triangle using these 2 points. Okay, so how I'm going to create the triangle, I'm going to draw a line. Draw a dotted line. Okay, it must be dotted line. Okay, let's draw it down, make sure it goes past the point. Now draw another dotted line from here, from the other second point. So now I'll draw a horizontal dotted line. So how to draw a horizontal dotted line? Okay. Okay, make sure it hits the thing. Okay, so you can erase off the unnecessary ones. So okay, so something like that. Okay, and you will form a right angle triangle here. Okay, a right angle triangle. Now what we're gonna do is you're gonna count how many units is this. What do I mean by units? Okay, so in this portion here, how the units, you're going to reference it to the y-axis. So how many units? This is 1, 2.5. This is 2.5 units, right? The length of 2.5. This vertical one, it is called the vertical change. I'm gonna write it here. The vertical change. Okay, please write this down. Please copy this down. Okay, then I'm going to count the number of units here. I got 1, 2. You will always start from the point, one of the point on the left first. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, you're just finding the length, this length and this length of the triangle, if you think about it. Okay, so in this case, this entire thing has a total of 5 units. Now this line is horizontal, right? So this line is called the horizontal change. Okay, and yeah, now you have the vertical change because this dotted line here is vertical, and you have now also the horizontal change because this line that you created is a horizontal line. Okay, if you realize I formed a triangle with the 2 points on the line, and now my vertical change, so I have to write units here. Okay, my gradient of the line is just simply taking the vertical change 2.5 divided, or put it as a fraction, over 5. Okay, whatever you copy there, the units you don't have to put yet. Okay, so this is equals to, you use your calculator, you should get half. Okay, so now let me repeat the steps. Okay, so we choose any 2 points that lie on the line. Okay, so I choose any 2 points. I choose okay, I choose this point and this point. Okay, write the coordinates down on the line. The second step is to draw a vertical and horizontal dotted line. To form a triangle of this shape. Okay, then I will, number 4, find the length of the vertical and horizontal change. Okay, so that's it. Okay, and once that, you can just number 5, find the gradient. Okay, these few steps are a little bit tougher, but no worries, if you follow these steps, okay, you can really easily find the gradient quite simply. Okay, so just screw it up for you. So gradient is actually easily found just by finding 2 points. Okay, and we're going to calculate the horizontal and vertical change. Alright, so that's all. I will see you in the next video.